Fight of the year. Another obviously exciting category that we always look forward to. Um, you see some familiar faces there, Chris. I think not many surprises in this one. Um, do you want to let's go with the popular vote first, all right, and then we can discuss because this was another wash, Chris. Man, it didn't seem like it was Ryan Garcia's year, but a lot of votes. A lot of votes in our polls, Chris. 59% Haney versus Garcia. 23% Usyk versus Fury won that heavyweight undisputed battle in Saudi Arabia. Ortiz Jr. against Boachuk was another barn burner, another nail biter. Close fight, could have gone either way. Ortiz went down in that fight as well, correct? If my memory serves me well.
Yeah, no, again, man, these are great options again, Gio. I think on each night that I saw these fights, I was like, fight of the year, fight of the year, fight of the year, fight of the year. So again, I when I think of Taylor Serrano too, I was at the fight. I told people all around, even before the fight, you guys are about to see maybe the best women fight in all of history. The first fight was so competitive. If we get anything near or above that, we're in for a treat, possibly fight of the year. So, and that's exactly what we got. We'll talk about maybe some robberies other year down the line, but yeah, definitely that one is up there. Ortiz Boachuk, that one is a throwback to the fight fan that just loves action back and forth, both men on the front foot. No boxing. It's all in the phone booth. So that one I can see how that one could be an easy pick for fight of the year. Usyk Fury 2, man, this is fighting and boxing at the highest levels. Ultra competitive that first fight. I was out of my car seat because I was watching it on my phone that entire fight, man, and it kept going back and forth. So that's what you want in fight of the year when it goes back and forth. You don't know who's gonna get away from that fight, and yeah, that one had everything. And then Haney Garcia. I think this fight of the year, is for the most satisfying kind of fight. When you think of, I think of the Adrian Broners and the Maidanas. I think of those kinds of fights where you're just a little biased just because it was so satisfying that you want to give it the fight of the year. So that one had that element. So man, Gio, having said that, I think I'm gonna put you. I think I'm gonna put pressure on you again. Fight of the year, man. Fight of the year. These are so good. These are so good.
We also had Taylor versus Serrano too, which broke the record for the biggest purse in women's boxing history. It was on the undercard of Tyson Paul. It was a great fight, obviously compared to that main event. Bloody, controversial once again, and these girls delivered. I believe they won the fight of the year a couple years ago on our polls, and they're up there again. So yeah, Haney Garcia, Usyk Fury, Ortiz Bochuk, Taylor Serrano too.
Man, dude, it's tough. I feel like I can make a case for each one. Man, man, which one do I like more? Which one do I like the high level action in Usyk Fury and Taylor Serrano? Do I like the volume punching in Ortiz Boachuk? Obviously, like I said, Haney Garcia is one of those like, man, I just enjoyed it. I just enjoyed that fight, and I want to just give it to them because it was so satisfying. I'm gonna eliminate that one for right now, Gio. I'm gonna eliminate that one just because I don't want to go with the popular vote. I want to go with the action that satisfied me. Ah, man. All right, I think I've decided. I think I've decided. I'm gonna go with what fight of the year it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be back and forth. It shouldn't be. It shouldn't make sense. It shouldn't be, a boxing kind of thing. It's just back and forth tussle. I think that's the essence of a fight of the year. So I'm gonna go with Ortiz Boachuk Gio. I just love that back and forth action. I think last year we had Munguia versus Deryanchenko as fight of the year, and that's exactly what that was. Just like Ortiz Boachuk, just back and forth action. So in 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 light of fight of the year, what it represents, I'm gonna go with Ortiz Boachuk. Pressure's on you, Gio.
Oh man, so that does make a lot of sense. Personal, I think favorite fight. for me was Garcia beating Haney. As you mentioned, very satisfying. Brings back Maidana Broner vibes, Tyson Fury Wilder vibes, Rayo Valenzuela Colbert vibes. Very satisfying. But man, you do bring up a good point. And somebody actually wrote that in the comments as well, that they lean toward the fights that are actually close.
Honestly, I wouldn't be mad at that. That was such a satisfying fight. I can see how people would be. Yeah, that was fight of the year. Again, it's a fight that people are going to remember 20 years from now. So hey, don't let yourself get influenced, man. This is your vote.
Hey, this had such an overwhelming response here with 59% of the votes. I'll side with you guys, man. I originally casted my vote for that one, so I'll stick with it. I think this was such an exciting fight, Chris. Can we play that round 7? Can we play it for the people? Do we have time?
And let's do it.
All right. Oh man, that round was. I still watch it a couple times every now and then, and it's fascinating. And I'll point out some of the things that I found interesting in that one. Uh, you know, eh, from the referee to the knockdowns to Bill Haney. We'll play some of it, Chris, real quickly. As we approach here the end of the show. You find top. As I said, we still have a couple categories to go, but fight of the year, we're going with this one here. This is round 7. This is the one where we get a couple knockdowns. Let me fast forward a little bit, and I'll try to play the audio.
And let me just say, Gio, last year, I think it was easier to pick the fight of the year. This year, if I was a lawyer, I could make a case for any of these fights, man.
Oh, don't say that word too loud, Chris. Look at that. Bam! Left hook. You might have Devin Haney pop in the chat, Chris, if you say that L word again. Either him or Aubrey. You see the
versus Devin. I'm sorry, man.
You see the knockdown there, and the referee just buying Haney some time. Here it is. Look, bam, goes down. He looked hurt. Look at Bill Haney right here on the bottom right red corner.
Look at Ryan. He's ready to go.
Ryan's ready to go, and the referee's pushing him back. Get out of here. He's hurt. You're going to see Bill here literally telling Haney to clinch. Just keep a look at that red corner. Look how Bill begins to tell Haney, it's around here, I believe. Or it might be after the second time he gets hurt. But I thought that was hilarious too. And that's when Ryan Garcia gets that point deducted. But look at how long Devin Haney holds him for. We'll count for you guys. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And at the 7th second, Ryan Garcia decides to punch him.
Man, this is
the referee, of course, takes a point away. Oh, I don't know if this is comedy or entertainment or both, but. And then there's Haney resting in the corner. Ryan Garcia with the body shots. We'll fast forward a little bit. I want to get to the point where Bill Haney, look, Haney hugging Ryan Garcia. The cameraman was about to walk in. The DJ started playing. Look at Bill Haney.
And he hugs and holds on for dear life. Again, I'm not mad at it. This fight pretty much had it all. Again, this is what we ask of our fighters.
Look at Bill. You guys see that? He's telling them to hug. Oh, that's hilarious. Look at him. He's saying hug, hug. Look. Oh, man. Entertaining, Chris.
Hey, again, Joe, that's what we asked, man. We want entertainment. Again, we were going into this fight thinking we knew the script. We felt like we were showrunners. We felt like we were directors. Like, we know what's going to happen. We read this. We know that Devin is going to outbox him. And then when it's the video boxing, when something flips and you get something that you don't expect It's amazing. It's memorable. It's entertaining. And again, Ryan Garcia, had us all thinking one thing, and then you get something like this. Again, I'm not mad at it, Gio. If if that's the vote fight of the year, that's what it'll be.
Maybe most exciting fight of the year would have probably been a better title, but the fans were very convinced. See that there, 328 votes, 59%. Man. All right, you want to go to fighter of the year and then or do you want to go back to performance of the year? Big Bro says he voted for Bam as well. The way he did it, he said impressively blew him out.
Bam Rodriguez, I think if he wasn't a fight of the year, he was the year before. So he's gonna be up there. He's gonna make it hard for anybody that's vying for fight of the year. And of course, Usyk. What a stellar year to everything that he's done. To just be mentioned in the top 10 heavyweights of all time. That makes a case for yourself. And again, Ryan Garcia, that's hilarious, man. I mean, if he didn't have that substance, you can say he would have had a banner year as well with that huge win. But
To me, this was a very difficult one to decide. Um, I I understand Usyk is a sexy name, right? When you beat Fury twice, undisputed heavyweight action. To me, perhaps Beterbiev had a slightly better year, knocking out Callum Smith at the beginning of the year, defeating Bivol, to whom he was higher on the pound for pound list than Tyson Fury. Wasn't the most dominant win. We're used to seeing Beterbiev dominate, knock all his opponents out. Bivol is the only opponent to not get stopped by Beterbiev. I understand that, and that's why probably that cost him a lot of votes. If he would have knocked Bivol out, perhaps he would have dominated in this poll. But to me, I think just a great year. We always want to see undisputed champions. Usyk did the same at heavyweight, undisputed champion. Um, I'm gonna go with Beterbiev, but not by a lot, honestly, not by a lot. 61% of the fans said Fury. I'm 100% fine with that pick as well.
yeah, again, just because I felt the Beeble Beterbiev fight was more competitive. Again, you got to give him respect. If people liked his volume and people like what he did, I can see him, winning that fight. And again, I know it was early on. People were just talking about Beeble that they forgot what he did to Smith. So again, he makes a great case for fight of the year. Again, Bam Rodriguez makes a great case for himself for fight of the year. Again, he's always going to be up there. The Inoues, the Furies, the Beterbiev, the Beebles, they're always going to make a case as long as they get that W at the end of that the judge sheet. So with that said, even though he only fought one guy, I gotta go with my boy Usyk. Again, what he did to the larger giant, to the best boxer in that heavyweight division outside of himself, and you know, we haven't had those kinds of boxers in the heavyweight division in a long time. And usually, when you have that style, you come out on top. So I I, I felt this one was gonna decide, the fight of the year if Usyk was able to kind of separate himself, in the second fight. He made the case for fight of the year, and in my opinion, he did. I know not everybody saw it that way, but I feel like a majority of the people saw it that way. So with that said, just to do that to an ultra focused Tyson Fury again, a much bigger Tyson Fury, Tyson Fury who I thought was going to put his weight all over him. And again, there was moments in that first fight where I thought Tyson, if he just outboxed him on the outside, could have gone to a decision. But the will in Usyk, the intelligence, the high IQ, the hunger to prove himself once again, even as a smaller man, just shows why he, in my opinion, the fight of the year, and why we're talking about him possibly being in the top 10 against all-time greats, against all-time legend. And again, in a weaker era, it's hard to even be mentioned with those guys. So the fact that Usyk is, atop of the mountain, having gotten there by beating giants, just makes him, in my opinion, fighter of the year.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that. As you said, in those two fights, I didn't think he won those convincingly, but I got to put my opinion to the side. It's still a huge deal to get an undisputed champion, especially with the odds against him. Maybe not the literal odds, because he was coming into as the favorite in the second fight by a good amount, but he's going up against the giant. He's a guy who has fought most of his career at cruiserweight, and he made it happen twice, not just once, but twice. So I'm not mad at that. I think I 100% understand why it's the popular vote, and I mean he did his thing in 2024. So yeah, Usyk 2024 fighter of the year.